Welcome. I am the 314 Professor. Today I want to share a story, one of resilience, brilliance, and an unshakable legacy. It's the story of a woman whose journey, though unexpected, forever changed the course of cancer research in the United States. She was neither a scientist nor a doctor, but she was something even rarer, a visionary. Imagine walking into a hospital in the 1940s, hearing hushed voices and the silent fear that came with a cancer diagnosis. It was an unspoken truth. Cancer was nearly always fatal. Treatments were primitive, research funding was almost non-existent, and the government, they weren't paying attention. But one woman who had no background in science, no medical degree, and no political power decided to take matters into her own hands. This is the story of Mary Lasker, the woman who declared war on cancer and changed the future of medical research forever. Born in 1900 in Wisconsin, she grew up with a sharp mind and a fascination for science. But back then, women weren't expected to lead revolutions, especially not in medicine. Instead, Mary studied art and business, eventually becoming a successful New York socialite. But behind the glamour, Mary had a different passion. She was disturbed by the lack of research on deadly diseases, especially cancer.
Americans are willing to spend $20 billion a year on cigarettes, but they are unwilling, so far, to spend $1 billion on cancer research.
And she wasn't alone. Her husband, Albert Lasker, was a wealthy advertising executive who believed in the power of marketing. Together, they formed a plan.
I am opposed to heart attacks and cancer the way I am opposed to sin.
She wasn't just against disease, she was against inaction. And she knew that just waiting for scientists to find a cure without proper funding was like hoping for rain in a drought. When politicians ignored her, Mary did what she did best. She pushed harder. She flooded lawmakers with letters, phone calls, and meetings telling them in no uncertain terms.
If you think research is expensive, try disease.
She made it clear medical research wasn't just charity, it was an investment, and one the country couldn't afford to ignore any longer. Imagine you're a senator, hurrying to your next meeting when you hear the unmistakable sound of high heels clicking on marble, and you suddenly see a woman in an elegant suit walking toward you, followed by a group of little lambs.
Oh, fellas, you hear that? Oh no, that's Mary and her little lambs come to Congress to get money from us.
Why won't they listen to us?
They don't care.
Mary will make them care.
These lambs are gentle, innocent creatures, just like the millions of cancer patients waiting for a cure. Are we going to let them be sacrificed because we won't fund research?
Well, Mrs. Lasker, you do make some good points.
Yes, very good points. Very good points indeed.
That's right, boys. Better start writing those checks for cancer research. I've got the president's ear, and he is ready to sign this into law.
December 23, 1971, in a defining moment of American medical history, President Richard Nixon signs the National Cancer Act, launching what would be called the War on Cancer. With the stroke of a pen, he commits $1.6 billion over the next 3 years to the National Cancer Institute, igniting a fight against a disease that has gripped humanity for centuries.
Without research, there is no hope.
And hope, real, tangible hope, is exactly what she gave to millions of people. So the next time you hear about a new cancer treatment, remember Mary Lasker, the woman who fought not just for research, but for life itself. Behind every milestone in medicine stands a visionary, and for the war on cancer, that was Mary Lasker. I like to think of her as the fairy godmother of cancer research.
Research is the answer, and I'm grateful to all who fight for progress. Together, we've turned hope into action, and we're just getting started. Thank you, Professor.
I'm the 314 Professor. Thanks for watching. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and keep supporting the fight against cancer. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button below. I will be posting more videos about famous scientists, great discoveries, and several current topics in the news today, like the truth behind ivermectin, methylene blue, and the current state of NIH funding.